guys, it's Stock Curry, and I've got the red shirt on, so you know what that means. It was an absolute bloodbath in the markets today. The S&P was down over 1% at one point, and the NASDAQ was down over 2% at one point. I mean, man, these stocks are dropping, and they're dropping fast. But not every stock. Yeah, all those high growth stocks, they got killed today. But you know what didn't get killed? You know what was up? Banking stocks, the energy stocks, and consumer goods. Those are three sectors that did extremely well today. So if you were like me and you took my advice over the past few days, you started moving money out of high growth stocks and into the banking stocks, into the energy stocks, you probably did pretty well today. I know that those stocks being up completely saved my portfolio. My banking stocks, such as Goldman Sachs, what else do I have? Citigroup, Morgan Stanley, those stocks all rose today, helped me out. The energy stocks, some of them went flat, some were up, but I didn't really have anything that was down. And so those stocks really helped me out. They balanced out my portfolio nicely. Of course, crypto continues to kill it. My Dogecoin, golly, Doge is over 60 cents. Like, what? I never thought it would get that high this fast. I really didn't. Now, I don't know. I'm thinking $1 on Friday is a real possibility. It's crazy. What else? ADA continues to do pretty well. Ethereum continues to rise. Ethereum's had 10 green days in a row. Like, man, it is very clear that money has completely been pulled out of high growth stocks and it's been dumped into crypto. And of course, you know, gold, silver, anything, just anything that's going to be a hedge against inflation. Why? What's the big deal with inflation? Well, U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen came out today and she yelled, "We need to raise interest rates. Inflation's going to be too high." Ugh, killed the markets. Of course, it did help energy and banking. Why? Because when it comes to banking stocks, they make more money the higher interest rates go. So that's why banking's doing well. Of course, crypto, gold, silver, all that's going to do well because as high inflation comes, people want to pull money out of the stock market, out of dollars, and they want to get it into other things. Crypto, by the way, if you're not familiar, if you didn't know, when you trade it, it trades just like Forex. Forex is foreign currency exchange. It trades exactly like Forex. So you're trading a US dollar for a crypto and then a crypto to something else back to a dollar, however you want to do it. It's basically Forex. So anytime that we're concerned about inflation on the dollar, you get rid of your dollars and you move it into some other currency, crypto. And so that's what's happening with that. That's why crypto continues to run up. It's been wild. It's been crazy. But it's good. I'm looking forward to it. I think this is probably going to continue for at least another 3 months. This whole fear of rising interest rates and high growth stocks just kind of trading flat, SPACs trading flat. They're all pretty much out there. Redemption values of, what is it, $10? I don't really see a lot happening right now in those sectors. As interest rates go up, it's going to become more and more costly for high growth stocks to grow because it's going to become more costly for them to take on more debt. As inflation comes, it's going to be more difficult as well because things get more expensive to buy. So, I mean, this is really defensive. Now, we talked about the banking stocks. We talked about the energy stocks. What is going on with the consumer goods? Why are those going up? Well, the reason is because no matter how bad the economy gets, no matter how high inflation goes, what are some things that people continue to buy no matter what? Toilet paper, toothbrushes, toothpaste, aluminum foil, plastic wrap, things like that. Like, people are going to keep buying these things no matter what. So if you're in a company like Kraft or Reynolds or something like that, what happens is when people panic, large institutions start dumping their money into consumer good companies, such as Kraft. And so the reason is because they expect that people are going to continue to buy no matter how expensive these consumer goods get. And so the companies like Kraft are actually going to make more money as inflation goes up. It's beneficial to them. And so a lot of money from large institutions gets dumped into consumer goods. So I talked about banking. I talked about energy. I'm going to add consumer goods as another sector that you might want to consider putting your money into as you start moving out of some of your lower conviction, high growth stocks. Now, when it comes to high conviction, high growth stocks, hold the course. That's all I got to say is hold the course. Today, I actually bought more in NOx. Yesterday, I bought more in NOx. As that thing continues to drop, I continue to buy because they've already got their FDA clearance for their single imaging X-ray. They're going to be applying for their multi-imaging X-ray at some point this year. They'll probably get clearance for that next year. And when they do and they're able to start selling their X-rays, oh boy, it is going to change the world. Same exact thing with SENS. That is another stock I'm not getting rid of. That company is going to change the world when it comes to the way diabetics manage their health. And so there's certain companies that I have a really high conviction on. I'm not getting rid of them. In fact, I'm using these dips to buy more. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about, that kind of covers all of our market stuff. The other thing I want to talk about is on the channel, we've added 2 new YouTubers. As we've been talking about, we got rid of 2 that weren't posting anymore, or in one case, somebody was just posting the same stock over and over and over again. So we've replaced them, and I would like to welcome both Tom Nash and Paul NGumah to the channel. I hope I pronounced those names correctly. My apologies if I did not. I think, first of all, that these 2 YouTubers are an excellent addition to this channel. I'm really, really looking forward to having their videos included. The other thing I want to say is that these 2 YouTubers really complement each other extremely well. Tom Nash does some incredible DD. His due diligence is amazing. He's able to look at what people are saying, compare it to what people had said previously, compare it to the fundamentals, the quarterly reports, and kind of tie it all together and figure out, okay, is this guy just a complete idiot or does he really know what he's talking about? I am really looking forward to having Tom Nash because he's going to provide us with some incredible DD that, quite frankly, is been missing. A lot of our top YouTubers just throw out stock picks. They don't go into real detailed analysis or real detailed due diligence on any of the stocks. So some do, some don't. So I really look forward to having Tom Nash on the channel. And then Paul NGumah. Guys, I don't know how you expect me to do any analysis on this guy. He's amazing. I mean, he is, for those of you who don't know, he's a day trader and he's a short-term, you could say swing trader. But he's very, very short-term, mostly day trading. And so right now, before we added him, we only had one other day trader on the channel, and that was Smart Trader. So first of all, I just love the fact that we have another day trader, and we now have 2. I think it really helps give us a nice, good balance to the channel. But the other thing is his technical analysis. Like, he doesn't really go into fundamentals. He's purely technical, which as a day trader you should be. You should know your technicals inside and out. And that's what I got to say. Paul NGumah, he knows his technicals inside and out. The guy is amazing. And so I don't really know if I'm going to be able to add any input or value to what he says. I'm probably just going to end up reiterating everything he says because the guy is really, really good. He's on point. With his technicals, he is on point. So I might be able to throw in some fundamentals, some additional, analysis or whatever. And I gotta say this too, it is really, really hard as a day trader to do these sort of recaps or day before videos because on YouTube, think about it, when you're day trading, everything's like minute to minute. You're just in and out, in and out, in and out. And so really, I think when it comes to day traders, the live trading videos work a lot better. Like, I don't know, what was it, Warrior Trading and some of those that just do those live videos. That works way better on YouTube for day trading than sort of giving stock picks the day before. Yet somehow, Paul NGumah has managed to talk about stocks days before he actually jumps into a trade. So I love it. The guy is great. He's amazing. And he's going to be a great addition to this channel. I think we just increased the talent on this channel like way, way up. So Great picks from you guys. I really appreciate everybody who voted. You guys did an incredible job finding some incredible YouTubers, and I really look forward to giving you guys all of the stock picks from all of these top 10 YouTubers. Let's get into the stock picks. For those of you guys who don't know or who are new to this channel, my name is Stock Curry. I used to work as an analyst for some large investment banks, and now I analyze stock picks from the top 10 YouTubers. I gave you both the cliff notes from the top 10 YouTubers as well as my analysis on their stock picks. If anything I talk about today piques your interest, make sure you listen to who I say talked about that stock and then go watch their video to get the full details on what they said. Now, all I ask for putting all of this together for you is that you hit that like button, subscribe, click the bell icon, and then click all so that you can get notified when I release my next video. In fact, I'll give you 5 seconds to do that right now. All right, before we get into today's stock picks, I just want to remind everyone that I'm not a financial advisor and none of the YouTubers I follow are financial advisors either. Today's video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who are wondering, you are currently looking at the Webull desktop app. Webull is the app that I use for my trading, and it is also the app that I use in all of my videos. If you'd like to get 2 free stocks worth up to $1,850, you can sign up for Webull using my link in the description below, and you will get 2 free stocks worth up to $1,850 when you sign up using my link and deposit just $100. All right, let's get into today's stock picks. First up is DOGE. This is Dogecoin. DOGE went up a ton today, and as you know, I sold my short-term position yesterday. So did I make a mistake? No. I had a price target, and I sold once it hit my price target. And once DOGE hits $1, I will sell my long-term position as well. I want you guys to understand this. Once a stock or crypto hits your price target and you sell, forget about what happens to the price after that. Stocks might run higher after you sell. Your goal is not to sell at the top. That is impossible. Your goal is to make money. So many of you have complained that YouTubers tell you what to buy and then they don't tell you when to sell. So I'm telling you now, sell once it either hits your price target or your stop loss price, whichever comes first. Okay, all of that said, should you buy DOGE now? Well, that's up to you. Keenan Gray said DOGE has support at 50 cents and resistance at 60 cents. But that was like 3 hours ago, and now DOGE is up to 64 cents. At this rate, DOGE could easily hit $1 by Friday. So you can decide if you want to buy or not. Dogecoin will most likely continue to run up through Friday before it sells off on Saturday. This is a buy the hype, sell the news event. And the news is that Elon Musk is hosting Saturday Night Live this Saturday, and people think he might mention DOGE, which could cause the price to go up. Next up is ETH, which is Ethereum. ETH has now gone up 10 days in a row and was up to over $3,500 at one point on Tuesday. That is a 60% gain in just 10 days. Like I said yesterday, this is completely unsustainable, and I do expect ETH to drop soon. In the long run, StockMo thinks ETH will surpass BTC in market cap. StockMo said he can see ETH getting up to between $50,000 and $100,000 a coin in the next 5 years. Next up is AMAT. This is Applied Materials Inc. Paul NGumah thinks AMAT will continue to trade fairly flat until earnings. After that, it has a chance to drop and will be a short opportunity. Next up is AMZN. This is Amazon. Keenan Grace talked about how the CEO, Jeff Bezos, has been unwilling to do a stock split on AMZN. But this summer, AMZN is getting a new CEO by the name of Andy Jassy. So there's a chance that the new CEO could announce a long-awaited stock split on AMZN. If that happens, you can expect AMZN to skyrocket. Now I know AMZN is expensive right now. The good news is that you don't need to buy a full share. If you invest on SoFi, which is my favorite long-term investing app, you can buy fractional shares. That way you just set a dollar amount that you want to buy, and SoFi will just purchase whatever fractional share amount equals the dollar amount that you want to buy. If you want to gain access to fractional share trading, you can do so on either SoFi or Interactive Brokers. And if you use my link to sign up with SoFi or Interactive Brokers, you can get up to $1,000 in free stock. So check the description of this video for my link to my promotions page. And then I have links to those free shares on my promotions page. Next up is BNGO. This is Bio-Nanogenomics. Keen and Grace let us know that BNGO received a new patent on Tuesday. The patent deals with a new genome mapping method that improves the mapping of disease-causing variants. Now, according to TipRanks, the average analyst price target on BNGO is $13.92, which represents a massive 140% upside potential. BNGO also has earnings coming up on Thursday next week. By the way, if you want to gain access to TipRanks, I have a link for it in the description of this video. All of the consolidated information, such as this stuff up here, is free of charge. The individualized information, such as this stuff down here, you do have to pay a small monthly fee for. Next up is Citigroup. Larry Jones said C would be a stock to consider buying in order to start moving your money into banking stocks. Banking stocks are going up right now. I will also let you know that my limit buy order for $70.88 got filled today, and I'm already up 2% on C. Next up is LPX. This is Louisiana Pacific Corp. Paul NGumah said LPX is experiencing a short squeeze right now. Paul said he will short LPX again once it tops out and starts going back down. Next up is NIO. This is NIO. They're a Chinese EV manufacturer. Keen and Grace said that if your position is not already built out on NIO, then any price between $35 and $37 is a good price to buy in at. StockMo bought more NIO today in the low $37 range. Paul NGumah also said he expects NIO to continue consolidating between $36 and $37 before moving higher. Personally, I have plenty of NIO in my long-term portfolio already, but if it does hit $35, I will buy a leap call option on NIO. Next up is PLBY. This is Playboy. Paul NGumah talked about PLBY today because it is going parabolic. Paul said not to chase PLBY. He said to be patient, and then when it tops out, short it. Paul NGumah said he thinks PLBY will top out somewhere around $75. Next up is TSLA. This is Tesla. They're an American EV manufacturer. Tom Nash let us know that the German economic minister said the rumors of a 6-month delay to the start of Tesla's production in Germany is false. He still expects TSLA to start production in Germany in late summer or early fall. Tom Nash also reviewed Gordon Johnson's statements on CNBC and showed that every statement he made was false. So surprise, surprise, short sellers are spreading fake news trying to push the share price down. By the way, this Gordon Johnson guy, we can look him up on TipRanks. And guess what? He's a 0-star rated analyst. And look at this. He's rated 15,015 out of 15,500 total experts with an average annual return of -7%. So there you have it. I love TipRanks because we can see this kind of stuff. Again, I got a link to TipRanks in the description of this video if you want access. Next up is TWTR. This is Twitter. Yesterday, the traveling trader said TWTR was a buy, but I warned you that TWTR has a very similar chart to PINS in that it has consistently dropped below the 200-day EMA. Today, we got Paul NGumah's take on TWTR, and he said that TWTR is not showing us any buying signals right now. He does expect TWTR to get back up to $62 eventually, but not yet. Paul NGumah did say that if you are a long-term trader, then this is the time to buy, because as a long-term trader, we don't care about short-term price fluctuations. But as a short-term play, we need to wait for TWTR to clearly bottom out before buying in. Next up is WBA. This is Walgreens. Both Chris Sain and Paul NGumah think WBA will continue to go higher. I also want to turn off the EMAs for a second and show you this long-term trend line. As you can see, WBA got really close to the bottom of the trend line a couple days ago, and now it's starting to go back up. Also, the MACD is rising and the RSI is rising, so I really think now would be a good time to buy in. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video and got a lot out of it. Comment down below what your favorite stock pick is. And if you want to get some free stocks, sign up for Webull using my link in the description below. When you sign up and deposit just $100, Webull's going to send you 2 free stocks worth up to $1,850. They're also going to give me 1 free stock, so it helps you out and it also helps the channel out. For my international traders, I recommend Interactive Brokers as the best trading platform out there. Finally, guys, remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon if you haven't already. I hope you have a lot of success trading, and I will see you tomorrow.